Hey, sneak peekers! I'm Annie.
And I'm Anna.
We're sorry we missed you last week while we were at Austin Film Festival, but we've got plenty of segments tonight to make up for it.
First, Gavin is here to recap some of our favorite movies that sneak peekers saw at Austin Film Festival.
Then, Owen has a review of Sean Baker's new film, Anora, which officially released in theaters nationwide last week.
After that, we've got Sarah on the red carpet of Party People at AFF, where she got to interview the cast and crew of the film.
Finally, in the spirit of the United States presidential election, we have a special Election Day panel where our sneak peekers will exercise their civic duty and vote for the best fictional president of the United States.
This is an episode you don't want to miss. Stay tuned.
Today is a historic day in the United States, as Americans have been making their way to cast their ballot for the 2024 presidential election.
Several notable members of Hollywood have gone public with their personal presidential endorsements. While majority lean blue, there are a few voting for the former impeached president.
Of those few include actors Mel Gibson, Russell Brand, Rob Schneider, and musical artists Lil Wayne and Kid Rock.
Household names that have gone public for Harrison Waltz include Viola Davis, Leonardo DiCaprio, Julia Roberts, J.J. Abrams, The Avengers, and many, many more.
As the end of the election nears, Harris has made several closing statements marking the end of her campaign. However, one statement she made recently wasn't for her campaign at all, but in response to the unfortunate death of music icon Quincy Jones.
Jones passed away Sunday at the age of 91. His spiritual and artistic impact was felt beyond the realm of music and extended into film. He often worked as a producer, composer, and included on projects such as both 1985's and 2023's The Color Purple.
Members of Hollywood chimed in on social media to share their fond memories of Jones, recounting the profound impact he had on people's lives and how he treated everybody as if they were the most important person he'd ever met, as Oprah Winfrey put it.
Jones' legacy will forever be remembered in the lives that he touched and the art that he made.
In keeping with the world of music, Lionsgate recently landed worldwide theatrical distribution rights to Hurry Up Tomorrow, the feature-starring debut of modern music icon The Weeknd.
The Weeknd is set to star along Jenna Ortega and Barry Keoghan in the psychological thriller directed and written by Trey Edwards Schultz.
The film will serve as an extension of The Weeknd's forthcoming album of the same name, which stands alongside the film's score by The Weeknd and Daniel Lopatin.
Not too long ago, The Weeknd faced a plethora of criticism the last time that he entered the world of film and television with his involvement in the HBO show The Idol. Only time will tell what critics will say about this recent effort.
That's all the news from us, but before we go, in honor of Election Day, our EP Gavin recommends you watch the movie Election. He says it's a sharp and witty satire of American politics through the perspective of a high school student election. It'll give you a laugh in these trying times.
And while we're on the topic of movie recs, we at Sneak Peek saw some great films at Austin Film Festival last week. Gavin has a summary of all the films we saw.
Take it away, Gavin.
And last month, Sneak Peek attended the 31st Annual Austin Film Festival. We had the chance to check out several great films this year, so we decided to put together a list of a few festival highlights that we think you should check out once they release. To start, this year's centerpiece film was The Order, a true crime thriller about a domestic terrorism plot. Based on the 1989 nonfiction book The Silent Brotherhood, The Order tells the story of local police and the FBI in the Pacific Northwest while trying to stop a group of white nationalists from starting a nationwide race war. The film was directed by Justin Kurzel and stars Jude Law, Nicholas Hoult, and Ty Sheridan. While the film has a very strong portrayal of its antagonists and location, it feels like we're left with only about half of the picture as to who our heroes are. Whether intentional or not, the mystery around the motivations of our characters can leave you confused. But overall, this film holds an incredible cat-and-mouse story with a satisfying ending. Next, we were able to catch the Sundance Festival darling, A Real Pain. As Jesse Eisenberg's second directed feature, A Real Pain shows that he has some serious skill. The story revolves around him and his cousin, played by Kieran Culkin, traveling Poland on a Holocaust tour to reconnect with their recently deceased mother. The film is heavily focused on character dynamics, and it's safe to say that I've never seen characters like this on screen before. It's also very good at delivering its emotional moments, and holds a powerful message about what is authentic when we feel pain. Another standout from this year's festival was The Piano Lesson. Adapted from August Wilson's play of the same name, The Piano Lesson is a great metaphor for all of the long-lasting trauma that slavery created in the African American community, even after they gained freedom. Riddled with a star-studded cast, the film takes place mostly inside one house, where the family argues the fate of their father's grand piano, which is tied to both their ancestry and the family that owned their grandfather. For most of the film, it felt like there was nothing that added to the story by adapting it into a feature, but by the end, you'll see why that's wrong. We were also able to catch The Seed of a Sacred Fig, a psychological thriller set during real-world events in Iran. Directed by Mohammad Rasulov, entirely in secret, the film takes place after the death of Masha Amini, a 22-year-old woman who was beaten to death by Iranian officers for allegedly violating hijab laws. Newly appointed Judge Iman grapples with paranoia during political unrest and protests in Tehran. Although Seed of the Sacred Fig is fictional, its real-world setting and incredible cast sell the caution and secrecy that Iman's family endures, as any wrong move could cost Iman his job, or worse, his family's life. It's a little lengthy, but the tension in each scene will keep you engrossed from beginning to end. Plus, Iran charged the director with 8 years of prison for releasing this film, and I think that alone speaks to its importance. In addition to those feature films, we also had a chance to look at AFF's shorts programs. Produced Digital Shorts Series 2 showcase many interesting perspectives throughout the comedy spectrum. The program's feature of an episode from Barden and Sarah Start a Pandemic, created and directed by Tyler Peterson, voiced the positives of the pandemic, which most find hard to admit that they may end up agreeing with. On an episode of The Big Oil Alliance, directed by Lisa Robertson, highlighted modern-day oil companies looking for change and innovation, yet still keeping their greed about non-renewable resources. Scammers, directed by Olsas Norbe, was the more serious short of the program, but it didn't fail to express the thoughts and feelings of a professional con artist and scammer as he goes about his daily life, warning people of the dangers of himself and other scammers like him. Opposite of the tone is Scammers, Longhead, created and directed by Millie Holton, which utilized a comic strip type style to showcase Holton's wonderful character Longhead, who despite his questionable antics is overall intriguing and quite lovable to the audience. Lastly, the last of the program's short series, And Cut, created and directed by Arjun Chatterjee, echoed the familiar and lovable style of mockumentaries such as The Office and Parks and Recreation, but with a focus on a freshly started film production company based in Mumbai. That's all from me, but if you attended Awesome Film Festival, let us know what we missed on social media at Sneak Peek TV. Now, we'll be right back with more AFF and election night segments after a quick commercial break.
Welcome back, Sneak Peekers. We're sorry about that technical difficulty.
Hey, Anna, aren't you sick of all these cameras?
Yeah, right now I am. Wait, what? Say that again. Why do you sound like that?
What do you mean? I always sound like this. Now, come on, let's go to a private room.
Annie, stop. This isn't you.
What do you mean? I'm Annie from the movie Anora. Get it? And no one has a special review of the movie.
Right.
Am I doing the accent still? So how about we get out of here?
Well, when you put it that way, let's roll the clip.
Owen, and last Wednesday, we had the opportunity to go see an advanced screening of Anora. Directed by Sean Baker, the film follows a sex worker in New York City which meets a wealthy Russian teenager who quickly falls in love with and marries. Because of the film's director's work on the Flores Project, a high expectation going into the screening. I quickly became attached to the main character of the film, Honora, who was played by Mikey Madison. Her performance was outstanding, and I hope we are going to be seeing more of her in upcoming movies. Baker definitely has an eye for an underdog, which is proven to be true in the Flores Project and remains to be true in Honora. By the end of the film, I had fallen in love with the characters who I previously wouldn't have enjoyed. Again, thanks to Baker's empathetic storytelling of an outcast character. Honora has been described by critics as a screwball Cinderella story, and I second that statement. We get to watch Madison's performance transferred from a lost girl with a confident facade to a determined and strong-willed character. She sought to destigmatize the escort industry, which successfully does through her striking performance, which works perfectly with Baker's compassionate storytelling. Madison's co-star, Mark Eisenstein, a Russian actor with a captivating performance where he perfectly captured the gaudiness of a spoiled kid who is not used to be told no. At his first introduction, I was skeptical of his character and questioned his motivations in pursuing Honora. By the end of the film, however, I became enthralled with him and revoked all of my previous hesitations towards him. The pacing of the film makes the viewers feel like they are on the journey with the characters. The extended dialogue of the film stood out for me from other films that I have seen this year. This film is definitely has a Sean Baker plot, and I'm here for it. Well, that's all from me, sneak peekers. I hope you enjoyed. Honora's out in theaters right now. You can see it on. Comment what you think on the socials at Sneak Peek TV. Thank you.
Sounds like be right, Anna.
Sure does.
Anna.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to hit the club.
I agree. Let's get out of here.
And while we hit the road, Sarah did a carpet on another group of party people trying to make it to the function.
Let's see the carpet.
Hi, sneak peekers. My name is Sarah, and we're at the AFF red carpet for party people. Yes. Yes, please.
I did TSTV.
No way.
Yo, I did TSTV. I'm wearing my Texas Exes ring.
Oh my God, can we
What's
get a
up?
hook 'em?
Oh, you gotta hook 'em. You gotta. OU sucks. Whatever you want. TSTV though, absolutely. No, I was like, that was my senior year. Was all TSTV, doing late night, all that stuff. Longhorn late night. Let's go.
Do you feel like you gain any skills from TSTV that you now?
Absolutely. It's a real network. It's real live. I mean, you're working with people. Nothing changes from whenever you go from that into the real world. It's literally just like you're always operating with different dynamics of people, and you got to get your story going. You got to keep your story tight. Longhorn Late Night, TSTV, you taught me that. You rock, honestly.
That's so awesome. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit more about your role in the film?
Yeah, I'm Stoker for Party People, premiering here at Austin Film Festival. I'm throwing the party.
Okay.
You're invited, TSTV. I mean, everyone's trying to get to a party. You know, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey to get there. It's an Austin film with Austin people, Austin cast and crew. It's got Austin vibes. Austin Film Festival is the best place to be premiering it. And honestly, TSTV is the best place to be covering it because it's an Austin, Texas story.
Definitely. Did you face any challenges trying to get into a younger character?
Well, so the character is like a 7th year senior. He's kind of like a Big Lebowski type guy. I mean, not trying to give anything away, but yeah, I'm like a 7th year senior that should probably have graduated a little bit while back, and he's kind of dragging his feet in life. But so he's throwing this party, and I think that he learns a lot of life lessons along the way, as I think a lot of the cast does.
Did you relate to like anything from the film and like
Yeah.
reminisce from your college years?
Yeah, absolutely. There's. Are you French?
No, I'm from Colombia.
Colombia. Oh, mucho gusto. No,
Spanish.
poquito. But no, but it's a lot of. What it is though is a lesson that you learn is that it's like. A lot of times it's the idea of something is oftentimes better than the actuality of it, the reality of it. So I mean, just enjoy where you're at. I think the theme of the movie is be present and just be grateful and enjoy the ride, yo. Absolutely.
Even though you were a UT student,
Yeah.
what did you like about filming at Austin?
What I like filming in Austin? Well, I like too, like capturing how the city is changing. I like how capturing that I mean, there's a lot of similarities to Dazed and Confused, especially with the 30-year anniversary of it. But you know, the city has changed, people have changed, but that underlying vibe of just wanting to get somewhere, or kind of that FOMO mentality, that's still very real, and it's just kind of told in a more I guess modern way, and but it's just a different thing. But as far as like what I was looking forward to like filming here and whatnot, it was just cool to be able to like go into some of the nooks and crannies of Austin and just kind of film. Like one of the scenes is in like a little like convenience store, and I just love just getting deep in there and just kind of a scene happens here. You know, like a pivotal moment can happen anywhere in Austin. That's the beauty of the city, is that anything can happen anywhere.
What would be your main advice for like fellow TSTVers or aspiring actors?
Get started now. There's nothing to stop you now. Whenever I was at UT, I spent more time, honestly. I literally went to Robert Rodriguez's production studio and I taped my resume and headshot to his gate on Manor Road. That's literally what happened. And I was just audition. Also, yeah, you're at UT, but like that does not mean that like you are limited to just that. Like use those people and film stuff everywhere. Use your connections. And also another thing that I learned is that your UT connections, you will be bringing those forward. So always be a good person and bring your people along with you.
Thank you so
Absolutely,
much.
And start now. Make your feature, make your pilot, whatever. Don't wait until I graduate. I gotta get enough money. F that. Do it now. Thanks a lot. Yeah,
Thank you so much for your time.
Go Colombia. Mucho gusto.
thank
Yeah, what's
you.
up? What's up? All right. Peace, y'all. Hook 'em. Beat Vandy.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please comment, share, or subscribe. And if you want more Austin Film Festival coverage, please feel free to scroll through our page.
What is up, sneak peekers? I'm Izzy, and I'm here with
Dan.
and
Steven.
and happy election day. You should probably be watching election coverage, but you're here with us at Sneak Peek for some reason. I hope you've already voted. In the spirit of election day, we are going to be doing our own voting here at Sneak Peek. No, not for the real president. We're going to be voting on a fictional president. We have each brought a fictional president with us, and we're going to present our arguments, and then we're going to vote. Dan, take us away.
Take us away. All right. So I have little to no knowledge of fictional presidents. I just kind of enjoy stuff. But now that I'm here for this, my choice is President Curtis from Rick and Morty, if anyone remembers those few episodes. My argument is he's voiced by Keith David, and real ones know Princess and the Frog, The Thing, Tales from the Hood, I think also, yeah. And I mean, come on, Keith David. He, in lore-wise, he almost destroys the country to kill Rick, I think, at some point, but whatever. We don't talk about that. We just talk about Keith David, all right? You're voting for Keith David if you vote for President Curtis, all right? He gets Swifty, also, I forget. Yeah, all my references for President Curtis are just old Rick and Morty, so I really have nothing more than Keith David. Gotta love Keith David, vote Keith David, President Curtis.
All right, thank you, Dan. Steven, if you want to go next.
Okay, I am also not that knowledgeable on fictional presidents. The only presidents I could think of were Family Guy, and they're all real presidents. So I had to go back to my childhood. One of my favorite movies growing up was Monsters vs. Aliens from DreamWorks, I think?
Yes.
Yes. And so the U.S. president in that movie is President Hathaway. I don't know what you see. Yeah. President Hathaway. One of my favorite just scenes of just cinema history, of course, is that scene with the alien probe, the big one with the big eye, and an attempt, and I mean attempt, to make peace relations was to get on the keyboard and start cooking on that keyboard, and he was cooking. He was generally communicating with the alien probe. And everything was going well, and, well, not everything went well, but I do think he exemplified, was I right? He exemplified his stance on on relations with extraterrestrials, foreigners, and he showed that he has an earnest approach in not only protecting his country, but also making good relationships with any foreign object, aliens, monsters.
Right.
That's what the movie's called. Also, and he's also a very talented musician. We don't have many presidents that are musicians.
No.
And I think.
Well, Bill Clinton, but like.
I actually didn't know that.
Yo, really? The saxophone?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I need to look that up.
Yeah.
Anyway, but President Hathaway, very skilled musician and very, very enthusiastic in peace relations policy, foreign policy.
To a degree. Yeah.
But he also has, I guess he also does have a strong military force later on in the movie, which depending on where you stand as a voter, that can definitely be something you would consider. the first lady of the United States, when he's president, is Anne Hathaway, and who doesn't love Anne Hathaway? And he's also voiced by someone famous, Stephen Colbert, and well, my name's Steven, so I gotta stand by that.
Gotta rep.
That's not biased at all.
Well, I'm gonna go with somebody I share a name with, Issa Rae, President Barbie. Let's talk about the real star of the show.
Yes.
I came prepared. First of all, again, played by Issa Rae. Who doesn't love Issa Rae? Let's see, Black woman. Great representation for young girls. Great representation for me because she has not seen The Godfather. I have also not seen The Godfather. She's fun, she's funny, she can get down and dance. She promotes democracy. She promotes girlhood. I think that about sums her up. She is a multi-talented woman, very important for young girls, and I just don't know how you can vote against that, but I digress. All right, let's get into voting. What else do you have to say?
I have nothing more
Yeah.
to say. Yeah.
I came prepared.
Yeah.
I mean, how am I voting against Barbie? Come on.
Can't really say, can't really vote against. Yeah. Well, you have my vote. I'm representing Keith David.
Okay,
and,
okay,
like,
okay.
yeah.
I made this too easy.
Is she a musician though?
Actually, I don't think so.
Okay, I have that going.
Okay, you have that
For
going.
Hathaway.
But didn't he work throughout the movie to not support aliens?
He does. His policy
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah.
I see that reflected
Yeah.
in real life.
Straight to war.
And President Barbie supports all women, no matter what type of woman you are. Yes, thank you. So again, vote for President Barbie. Thank you.
What is
All right.
what is President Barbie's stance on colonies in Barbie Land?
Well, I'm not Barbie. But you know what? Okay, so let's have each of us vote. Yes. Let's have the audience vote. I'm so sorry. We're gonna have the audience vote, and let's get started. All right. I have a little board here. Oh, you can see it. Okay. Do you want to say the name of your?
Sure. President Curtis.
Okay. Who is voting for President Curtis? 1, 2. I think that's it. 2. All right. Steven?
President Hathaway.
President Hathaway. We got 2 voters. 1, 2. And President Barbie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that? Are you holding 2 hands up?
Yes.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's
And the people have made their voice heard. It is President Barbie for the win. Thank you so much, sneak peekers, for joining us. And if you are in line, stay in line. Happy Election Day, everybody.
How do you feel that your candidate won?
President Barbie, I feel very great. I feel that womanhood, girlhood is won today. And I hope that this is a marker of where we're going as a world, and that we're supporting women and uplifting them, and seeing representation of women in film. All right. Go President Barbie. I already forget the other 2. Thank you so much, sneak
I did
peekers, for
too.
joining us. Have a good night.
Welcome.